T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Rips the helmet off Rudolph's head and then eventually swings it and hits him in the head.
1, 2, 3, where you not hardcore? I'll let you live hardcore. And the legend of the rich was way hardcore. Yeah! Now we're rocking.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Hardcore Challenge Live, the official webcast of the Hardcore Challenge, which, if you didn't know, you can read it on the ticker, you can read it on the back of my shirt, you can read it all kinds of places. It's the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. If you're not playing in the Hardcore Challenge, are you really even playing fantasy football? You're probably playing against your aunt, your friends down the street, a couple buddies at work that think they know fucking football. But are you really playing in the pinnacle of fantasy football competition? That's what this is. It's the Hardcore Challenge. This is our official webcast. This is season 14. Oh, we've even got, see, you can tell it's the first show because we got bugs I see already. But I can fix that just like that because we're a lot more technologically advanced than we used to be. Kinda. Somewhat. Welcome to another edition of Hardcore Challenge Live. It is time, man. Season 14. Welcome freaking back. I fucked up the text, but it is what it is. There you go. It's the official podcast of the Hardcore Challenge in really small text. Get out your glasses. We'll fix that later. But this is the official webcast of the Hardcore Challenge. Thank you for joining us, each and every damn one of you. We appreciate it, as always, anytime you spend with us here at Raider Reaction. But it's time to get into it, man. We had our first back-to-back champions last season. Man, we got all kinds of bugs going on here. Hold on a second. There we go. We got things lined up. Good Lord. What's up with you midgets today? Come on, get your shit together. It's the first show of the season. We're tripping all over ourselves. So like I see, I got a whole new show going here. We've been doing Raider Reaction stuff for months, but now it's the first new show. So let me reset that. Let's get it going. Hardcore Challenge Live. This is season 14, man. I've been in the lab. I've been getting things ready for quite some time for this season and getting things ready. It takes a lot of work with the schedule, making sure all the settings are right. We've had things in and out, screwed up, had to redo things, all of that, and here we are. It's time. We're locked and loaded, and we're ready to go. It's time to get back into it. It's time to get into the Hardcore Challenge. It is, it's upon us, man. It's here. Both leagues are locked and loaded. We've got the AFC locked and loaded. We've got the NFC locked and loaded. Both are ready to go. 32 owners all across the North America. It's not just the United States. We got a ton of owners in Canada, all over. So we're about to get things kicked off here, man. It's an exciting time. Football season. We're literally on the eve of the football season getting kicked off. So it's an exciting time. Everybody's excited. No matter what member of a fan base you are right now, everybody's excited. Tomorrow kicks off the 2022 season for everybody. For everybody. So let's get in to the hardcore challenge and what we've got returning. Pack Attack is back. Corey is our first ever back-to-back champion. Only our second multiple champion in the league history, and he's coming in back-to-back. The NFC has now won 3 straight. The Elite East of the NFC has won 3 straight hardcore cups. Before that, it was the Great White North of the AFC who won 3 straight with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Knox Vegas Anarchy. 2 divisions, 6 years, 3 championships. The rest of us got to get our shit together, man. I'm telling you, there's got to be another division raise a fucking cup this year. That's just a little too much of the same old, same old. So somebody's got to step it the fuck up. Somebody's got to step it the fuck up. So we'll see. We'll see. We're returning 30 owners this season. Returning 30 owners, which is about what we've been averaging, I would say, over the past several seasons. I really like to have that solid 32 owner reboot because this is a keeper dynasty league, because when an owner leaves, it's usually after, like, we're losing one owner that's been in the league for, both owners have been in the league for 5 seasons. 5 seasons they both have played in the league, both of these owners, and that decided to step down this year for one reason or another. One was a division champion last year, as Mo Better Butter in the NFC has stepped down. He was the division champion of the Wild West division, and he stepped down. And in the Elite East, a big dog of the Elite East in the AFC decided to hang it up as well, which is not a shocker there. Big Dog was sitting at the bottom of the GOAT rankings. He'd been in the league since 2017, never made the playoffs, and was struggled to win games sometimes, some seasons. So losing him, not a big deal. I think that'll raise the talent level. Mo Better Butter, a division champion, but a guy that did go an entire season without winning a game. So, Mo had been the top of both spectrums there. He'd went into the playoffs a couple times, division crown, but he was also one of 3 owners that didn't win a game. So I think we're raising the competition level of the league by the 2 owners that we've added. In the AFC, we are adding Stinky Senior. Not sure what Ben's father, owner of Stinky Pinky. He's been wanting to get in the league for years, and we think this will be a great thing, adding him into the league. I like adding owners in that have a little history with some of the other owners. It creates little rivalries inside of the league, and it just makes the league stronger as a whole, which is the same thing. So he will be taking over the defunct Big Dogs that James left in shambles. 2017 never made the fucking postseason. One of the worst teams in the league. Unfortunately, Stinky Senior will be taking that team over. In the NFC, Mo Better Butter's vacated team has already been named and been claimed by Moses. They are the Cheesehead, and they will be now the team, I guess, taking over the crown of the defending champ now. I guess the vacated division champ left. There's not really a returning division champ to that, but that team and franchise is attached to the last division crown. So we'll see if Moses can have some success and get that team back into the postseason in his first year. He's he's our second youngest owner in the league. So we added our oldest owner, I believe, in the league, and our second youngest owner in the league. And I agree with Lines. The NFC's at its fucking max for fucking Green Bay Packer fans. We're maxed out. We're at our fucking quota. Okay? No more. I should have known he was a Packers fan, but it didn't even dawn on me until he changed his name. That's 3. No more. You guys are at your quota.
Somebody call security.
Ridiculous. How the hell did that happen? All right, moving on. There was a little bit of drama, not much, slight. Right before the season, one of the owners pointed out to me that he's like, "Hey man, the middle of the schedule doesn't seem to be changing as much as it should." And I'm like, "Really?" Because I'm pretty diligent on that. I plug it in. We use we use an NFL formula kind of. We play divisional schedule. So the first 3 games of your season and the last 3 are your divisional games. You play your divisional rivals twice, and then it randomizes through the middle with the rest of your conference games. But it didn't seem to be randomizing enough season to season. And in some cases, some teams didn't even have an entire division added in on their schedule. And that just wasn't right. So we had to sit down, reboot that, do a little reboot. And we came up with a formula that we will be using season to season going forward for the Hardcore Challenge. And basically the schedule builds itself. And here's what it is. You have 4 division, there's 4 teams in each division, so you have 3 division rivals. Those are your first 3 games of your division. Those are the last 3 games of your 14-game division schedule. Those middle 8 games are made up of this way. If you finish in the top 2 of your division, you play the top 2 in the other 3 divisions. That makes up the middle 6 out of the 8 of the middle games of your schedule. If you finish in the bottom 2 of your division, you play the bottom 2 in the finishers of the division and the other 3, and those are the 6 of your 8 middle games. The other 2 games are randomized from the other teams in the conference that you do not currently play on your schedule for that season. So basically, besides 2 teams, you know what your schedule is when you finish the season, at least who you're going to play. You don't know the order of the middle games, but you know who you're going to have to play. And that creates a strength of schedule, and that makes even more emulates National Football League, which is what we've always tried to do at the Hardcore Challenge. So just a little tweak, little adjust that we had to make on the fly, and I appreciate one of the owners of the Wild West AFC pointing that out to me, so we got that corrected and dialed in before the season started. So that's a big change. It's actually an improvement, makes setting the schedule much easier for me, and the schedule automatically randomizes itself. Next big items on your calendar. Draft is 8:28, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the AFC. Half hour later, the NFC kicks off at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. 8:28. Make sure your draft board's set. Make sure you check the draft client. Make sure you do all that stuff. I'm not technical support. You can't call me fucking 5 minutes before the draft. That my shit won't load up. Then you're fucked, okay? You're fucked, because I have a draft too. And I'm not fucking myself because you didn't prepare yourself. Emergencies, your lack of planning does not cause emergencies on my behalf. Pay your internet bill. Make sure you got up-to-speed internet. You're not on some cannon string shit. Make sure your shit's dialed in and ready to go for draft day. It's literally the biggest day of your fantasy football season. Do not be tripping over your junk trying to get out the gate, okay? I can't help you. I'm not fucking IT. I don't know how to fix any of that shit at the last second. You got to make sure. You got to make sure you're dialed in and ready to go. Keeper lock date is 8/21. It is the week before the draft. All the keepers lock. So you've got a little bit of time through preseason. But make sure you select who your 5 keepers are. One must be an individual defensive player or a team defense. One must be defensive. You can do whatever the fuck you want with the rest. You can keep all defense if you want. I don't give a shit. But one of them has to be defensive. That's the rule. And also remember, as you're drafting and planning and thinking about what you're doing for this season, think ahead like that NFL owner GM that you are. Think ahead, because we're adding a keeper next season, another mandatory defensive spot. So you can keep 2 defensive players. So it'll be 6 keepers at the end of next season going into the to 2023. So keep that in mind when you're drafting and you're planning throughout the year. You can keep 2 defensive players. Mandatory 2 defensive players. Now you can still do whatever the fuck you want with the rest of your keepers. You can keep all defense if you want. But to not deplete the offensive talent pool, we require a couple of the keepers to be defensive going for next season. 1 this year, adding a 6th, that'll be 2 for next year. So make sure you're planning ahead. That's the only big rule change for next year, besides our tweak for the schedule, which was actually an improvement. So it's time, man. We got to touch on it. It's time to get ready for the season. It's time for the wind-up here. We got to wrap this thing up. We got to start at the top. Always start at the top. The GOAT rankings. You guys have watched an amazing rise. I talked about this earlier with one of the other owners in the league, and I will give him some credit. I'll give him some props. I literally shit on Corey for 7 years. He joined the league in 2010. He didn't make a playoff a single fucking time from 2010 through 2017. He was the butt of many a joke, as Brett Favre was the name of his team. Pack Attack is back. You know, we had lots of fun at Corey's expense. And then all of a sudden, the wind of change blew into the Pack Attack is back, and he's now the back-to-back reigning, 2-time defending Hardcore Cup champion, and he's sitting at number 2 on the damn GOAT rankings, man. It's hard to believe. So that's how quick it can change. You just got to put your shit together and keep your shit straight for a couple years, and you climb the GOAT rankings quick as shit. I mean, it's almost, I couldn't believe it. He's sitting at number 2. He's the only multi-champion in the league. Impressive. Congratulations, Corey. Congratulations. You're moving up there. But Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, our most storied owner, the man from Canada, he still put most feet in people's asses in this league than anybody else, and he's still the number 1. Donkey Punch is up there, multiple Hardcore Bowl appearances. Knoxville Assassins, Bison Broncos, Knox Vegas Anarchy, also multiple appearances, but they've all only hoisted it one. LaMartian, our only female owner to win the cup. Stinky Pinky and Take It Deep, also previous champions. And Brash Nomads, our only owner on the GOAT Top 10 who has not won a Hardcore Cup. But he is one of our winningest owners, but seems to have a little problem and likes to exit early in the postseason. Likes to show up to the party, but gets a little drunk and passes out early. But still, impressive that he's number 10 on the GOAT rankings. Now, like I said, we start at the top. Then we got to go to the bottom. Way back there. Down, woo, you can kind of see it. At the end of that road, way back at the end of that dirt road, that was the last time Jake from State Farm and his bad company won in the Hardcore Challenge. They are currently tied for the worst losing streak in league history at 17 straight games. They lost every damn game last season to become the 3rd owner in league history to do that, along with Mo and Zach, who are no longer in the league. So he's the only remaining owner who has lost every single game. 17 straight L's. That dates all the way back to week 10 of the 2020 season, where he beat Blackout with a 150-144 victory. This is not what we want to see, Jake. Come on, you're a member of Raider Nation, and you're tripping all over yourself. You are tied with the record. You must win week 1, Jake. You must win week 1. You can't go 18 straight across 3 seasons, man. That's like unprecedented. That's dumpster fire action. Hence the photo of a fire in a dumpster. I don't know how much more clear to make it for you. Come on, Jake. Pick it up, man. You're embarrassing yourself here. Come on. I got faith in you. You're playing in a tough division, so your first 3 games are going to be rough. You could be 0-20. Let's not see that. We're rooting for you. We are going to do these shows on Wednesday night as we get ready for this upcoming season. Next Wednesday night will be our prediction special, as we will break down all of the divisions, run through those, and make our predictions. Who's going to be the wild card, who's going to win the division, who's going to win the AFC, who's going to win the NFC, and who's going to hoist the cup in 2020. Well, I guess that will actually be 2023 before you're hoisting a cup. But next week, we will do the entire prediction gamut and run through all of that. We will also talk Big Ballers division, as we had a couple owners, like I said, step out. So we had some last minute shuffling to do with one owner in the AFC and the NFC. So we will get into Big Ballers division next week and start to talk that and get owners plugged in for that. Does the NFC return this year? 3 straight wins, man. Take It Deep in 19, 2021 went to Pack Attack is back. All from the Elite East of the NFC. That's 3 straight championships, man. Another division needs to step up. Somebody else needs to get it done. Who's it going to be? Season 14 is here. Are you ready for the challenge? It's time, man. Get your draft board ready. Get your keepers locked in. Get everything ready to rock and roll because it's time for another season in the Hardcore Challenge. Until next week, I'm out. Good luck.